Welcome back to Ta-Da 3D Printing. Today I will be taking my new Bambu H2C Standard Set and turning it into the Ultimate Set. So let's get to unboxing. On the last video we unboxed the new Bambu H2C Standard Set and set it up with a single AMS. Today we will be completing the Ultimate Set and adding one more AMS and an HT box as well as a hub. When I purchased the H2C Ultimate Set, first all I received was the H2C Standard Set. I received 2 shipping notifications, which I assumed was the H2C and the AMS2 Pro. Before I got this, the AMS2 Pro, I received a 3rd shipping notification, which was a little interesting because that is, of course, how I get everything put together. But when it arrived, of course, the AMS2 was very obvious, but I just got another box that's completely blank on all sides and just says online seller. So I wasn't even sure what this was and went ahead and opened it. And then realized quickly that this was from Bambu. This is like in its own little bag, almost like they were going to ship it separately. And I saw this and thought, okay, this is stuff that I need to finish out my H2C. So hot ends combo. And then let's see what the other box is. HT. So I'm not sure where the hub is. I guess maybe the hub's in this other box. Okay, so the AMS HT. And if I've seen photos online, they look like you just set that one on top. But I don't think there's enough room to fit the other AMS up there. Okay, good. I'm glad this has its own guide. That's all that's in here, right? Oh, there. Do not use filaments such as TPU. Screen air intake. Why does it say TPU filament out? I guess it's just the AMS TPU. Okay. Remaining drying duration. It doesn't matter which side we put it in. Connect the power. Oh, and the power. All right. Power cord. And this is for X1 and P1 series, but that's not what I have. Yeah, that's okay. So we'll skip those other things and then we'll do the desiccant. Why would you not put the desiccant in first? If you need to use TPU. Okay. I'm not even so much interested in the drying function yet. I just want to have everything set up and ready. That's cute. I'm here to help. Okay, so I have Well, the tube might be inside. I didn't see the tube. Power cord, cable, desiccant. Let's put the desiccant in first. Two lengths of, maybe I should look at this before I put it too high up that I can't see it. Remove the tape, then remove the packaging and place it in the empty slot under the driven support shaft. Okay. Is there another one? No, I guess I'm keeping this one for later. Put this back in. Okay. Remove these. Enjoy my dog barking outside. All right, width-wise, I will say it's not bad. It's not bad. Feels like it just barely fits. Okay, so I'm assuming that I'm going to be using that instead of this. So I need to unload my filament. And flip this around so I can see what's happening. So I think we go like this, right? And again, left extruder to me, it will just make more sense for that, even if I'm overlapping. And then this one's the right. So yeah, I have that one correct. We'll just do that. Are you ready to unload? Not quite yet. I gotta wait for the little beep. Guess while it's going, I can put these in. So that's a little annoying. All the way in. And I kind of feel like I want to have this one. Oh, that's interesting. How am I supposed to do that? Was I supposed to hook it up to? Why? I guess I'm just gonna hook this one up as it says, and on my next little AMS thing, I'm sure it will explain how I'm supposed to actually be doing this. These cables seem like they have a hard time going all the way in. I feel like I almost just jacked that. Okay. Yeah, give me an option for with AMSs. I guess I need to plug this in too. Probably gonna need to get a splitter for all of this. Guess we'll see. I don't really want to do new firmware yet. Does it know? See, look, again, I'm having incompatible. All right, I think I'm going to just leave this firmware updates, whatever, for now. I'm just going to go immediately into the second AMS, see how this is all supposed to work together. But I do want to see what this has too. The H2C hot ends combo. I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't get enough number 4 hot ends to be able to use them on. I have 1, 2, 3, and then of course the stock one. But the 2 and the 6, yes, great. I will use that at some point, but I can't use all my colors right out of the box on the standard set. So I'm hoping that that is what this is. Okay, yes, I've got more 4s and then a 2 and a 6 that I can use on the, right now it's 0.4, which is what I'm going to use, but I also now have 0.2 and 0.6 that I can use on the left extruder. Cool. Okay, didn't see anything else in that. Let's go ahead and get into the second AMS2 Pro. Okay. I assume this is what it would look like if you just purchased it separately. I'm not even sure that you can purchase the H2C without at least one AMS. I don't think you could. But if you're just purchasing an AMS2 for another machine, looks like we already have cables or the tubes installed, which is interesting. Do not connect to power until the assembly is complete. Good to know. All I should have with this is a cable, desiccant, and a tube. You know what? I think I need to find my original guide, because this is just setting it up as if it was the only one. Okay, this was the original guide. I've got a million guides here. I've got the HT and the AMS2 Pro that came in these boxes. But this was in my original, and I think that has a better explanation of how to put these together. Multiple induction hot ends to reduce waste when changing. So what I'm looking for is this, right? Okay, so that's why, is you're connecting the cables here. There's only one there, but how am I supposed to also do this? Okay, let's see if that hub is in here. We have our cable, we have desiccant, we have more desiccant here. I wonder if that hub actually came in my original accessories box. Original accessories box. Of course, we already dealt with hot end toolbox. I didn't even look in this. Yep. That's where it is. So if you're getting the standard set, you don't have, I guess, it included in this. Or do they just send it to you automatically? Because they assume you're going to want to get it later. Alright, we have, yeah, just things, replacement things, more desiccant. Man, all this desiccant together. Way too many things going on in here. Alright. There is my adapter. 4-in-1. Alright, before I connect these and confuse it, I decided that I should go ahead and do the video guide. But it's a 404 page. I don't need to download the Handy app. I don't need to look at more models. I don't need to look at the Academy. I just need to know, how do I connect all of these things? Because it makes sense enough to put the two AMSs together with that hub. I'm assuming I'm just going to have to put... That doesn't make sense because this goes to the other side. So how does it get plugged in to this machine? I am not seeing anything online to explain how to connect this in addition to the AMS, the two AMS2s. So I'm just going to continue with this and see if maybe it makes sense in the end. So this is pretty simple. It's going to be just like the first AMS2 that I did. So I use long cables and then a short cable from the adapter. So, or long tubes. So I do this. And then pop this one out. Okay, I got that one out. Got the short tube from all the way in. And we've got this one going in. Interesting that it just barely goes in. this one going in. I did diagonal, I don't know why. And then this connects on the back of this AMS. Put this back in. Yay! Okay, this one is going to connect to this one. This one's going to connect to the machine. I'm going to wait on the HT box for now. This one connects to the machine. Unless I can connect them all here, but I don't know that that sounds right either. And then this left one will connect into the first AMS. Everything is all the way in. So the only thing not connected is this. And it is trying to go ahead and figure itself out here. And my tube is a little bit crimped just from already being in that. Okay, so after staring at these a little bit, here's what I'm going to try. I have the two AMS's daisy chained off of the machine. So as far as power, it goes from the machine. I'm assuming it's power and connection. Power from the machine on the only port, because this isn't anything. The only port goes to AMS 1. From AMS 1, I have a cable to AMS 2. And as far as this little baby HT going into the other one, this one has its own power, but as of right now, unless I connect this to something, it doesn't have any way to communicate with the machine. So after I was staring at this, I think I'm going to daisy chain it off the port here, because I do have communication and power coming in through this. So why don't I do that for the HT box? And I was a little confused about that, because why would I be linking my left nozzle machines to my right nozzle? But it's really just power and communication. The tubes are set up completely separate. So I think that makes sense. We go from the machine to AMS 1 to AMS 2 to the HT. As far as the cables, this cable mess probably can be cleaned up, but I want to see if this works first. And then, of course, we're powered also for the dryer. I think that's the main reason this one has power. And then as far as the tubes, we have the two AMSs coming through the hub and going into right extruder. The HT goes into left extruder. Everything's connected. So now I'm going to see, I'm sure it wants a new firmware. Yes. Okay, it sees all of them. It sees AMS Pro 1 and 2. And the Pro 1, it is already updated the firmware. But these other two, the AMS Pro 2 and the HT, does not have the newest firmware. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first, or next. This is going to take 20 to 30 minutes. Don't touch anything. There isn't anything still left on my heat bed from before. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that said 20 to 30, I believe, and it took probably 2 or 3 but I'm sure I'm gonna have to do more things. Of course, we're getting the same notice as before that longer tubes increase change time, but I don't know what my final setup's gonna be, so I'm not trimming anything. Oh, it wants filament in each one. Okay, so I have 4 in this, 4 in this, something in this, and as soon as I put that one in, it gave me a little check mark. So let's go ahead and move on. I like that first one. Pretty sure that this one that it doesn't like is the only, I have another one, the only Prussians. Okay, let's retry it now with a different filament. And it looks like we're doing a lot better. Man, that is such a long distance to go all the way, loop around into, and then of course it's got to move around inside the machine. So I can see why it's a good idea to have it short. Oh, so we did one up here, and now it looks like we're doing one here. And it does look like both of them are making the loop through the hub, which I'm very glad to see, because I figured if anything, that would be the location it would have issues with. Of course, this is another location to keep an eye on if something gets broken that we're going to have to pop off. Okay, now we're going to this one. Okay, so we did 1, 2, and now we're doing this one. Of course, this one's probably the fastest loop. Okay, so all it did was one from each of them, and it said AMS setup complete. So I guess they just mainly wanted to make sure that the tubes are correct. I was thinking that it would show them on both sides, but of course this is the left. So it's just showing the cute little HT box, and then I've got 2 on this. So I can go through and colors, and then I guess I need to find something that has 8, possibly 9 colors. That would be really cool. Let me see what I can come up with. Okay, so I need to swap out the nozzles. I almost forgot to do this, but I'm sure that it probably wouldn't have let me print as many colors as I wanted. So, number 6 will be swapped out for a number 4, and number 2 will be swapped out for a number 4. So I've got 4s all the way across now. And then we've got the 1 default. And let me put these up. It's interesting the magnets make them stick to the bed. And then I need to read it again. Yeah, because it's still saying, well, 2, and I don't know. Okay, so let's read them all. Okay, now they all say 4 on here, and everything's good to go here. Got all my colors loaded for a print. I don't know if I can do 8 or 9, but let's find out. This design is a miniature rug based off of an IKEA rug. Of course, it's going to go for my doll houses. In the past, I've only been able to do 5 colors, but on this, it looks like I'm going to be able to do 8 colors. And the red on the left is what is the primary color, so it's trying to push that through the left extruder. It looks like everything is mapped correctly, and this will take about 35 minutes. This is a very simple print, but it comes out great. All of the colors work correctly, and I'm very happy that I can now print this with lots of colors. It turned out great on the back as well. I may even flip this over and print it upside down next time just because I like the finish of the back a little bit better, but I'm really happy to see that this worked. And there are still some filament purges. It looks like probably around 1 to 2 per color, kind of like it was with the panda, but I never would have been able to print this many colors before. So now I'm anxious to try something a little bit longer. The H2C Ultimate Set is now complete. Ta-da! Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.